Hey, what's up guys? Hope you guys are doing well. So today I wanted to talk to you about what I think is the best multi-tool that you can buy for $25 or less. So here are the three multi-tools that we are looking at and comparing. We have first this WorkPRO 21-in-1 multifunctional plier. We also have the WorkPRO Multitool and the Shao multi-tool as well. All of these can be purchased off Amazon. This one goes for $17.99, $20.99, and this one is $25.99. So let's go ahead and compare some of the tools on these multi-tools. So this one, all of the tools are on the external surfaces. You have the four main implements like this. Okay, so you got a saw, serrated blade, file, and a straight edge blade there. Got a ruler on this side, and then several little smaller implements that are on the outside as well. There's a 1/4-inch bit driver and a few can opener, pry bar, so forth in here. And then on this tool we have this straight blade, file, diamond coated file, and on this side a saw and a serrated blade. These are the four main large implements on this tool. And then on the Shao we have the straight blade, diamond coated file, cross-cut file, the saw, and the serrated blade. Okay. So out of the three, I'll just be honest, this one, don't waste your time on it. So if you want more details on this, you can look at my review on this tool, but we're not even going to compare this. This one, too big, bulky, and just not very user-friendly. It's got a assisted plier here, but to get it to that point, it's just not very comfortable. It's too big and bulky. Probably not going to carry, and not going to be useful if you don't carry it at all. So that's out of the picture here. So let's compare these two. These are the two that are the closest in terms of the best that I feel for under $25. So again, the external implements are very similar. We have the straight edge knife, the diamond coated file on both of these, with a cross-cut file on the other side. So very similar work tools there. Let me just go like this so that we can see better. And then we have the serrated blade and the saw on that side. So very similar there. Pretty much the exact same tools and implements. Okay. Overall, with the tools being the same, these are actually, equal. I can't say one that is better than the other, because to take the tools out on these are pretty similar. Tool set is similar for the large blades or the large tools. The liner locks are all the same type of mechanism. So in terms of the large tools, they're pretty similar. Well, let's look at the internal tools, the smaller tools. So both of these, the internal tools, are on the inside. So let's take a look at these. And also I forgot to mention, both of these have belt clips right here. So very functional if you like that. Another comparison before we get to the internal tools, this one, the Shao, does have replaceable wire cutters, whereas the WorkPRO does not. It is the built-in wire cutter. So if that gets damaged, then you'll have to get a new one, whereas this can be replaced out. Both has needle nose and regular pliers. And yeah, let's take a look at the internal implements here. If we look on this side, the WorkPRO has what looks like a quarter-inch driver bit as well, so it's not one of the flat style one. And then right here it splits off and can be broken into the smaller style Phillips driver right here. And then on this side, let's see, we have a hook and a flat screwdriver piece right here, okay? So that is one of the main difference so far. So we have these three, and then on this side, the shell, we have a changeable ball detent bit driver right here, 1/4 inch right here, locks into position. Out of these, honestly, I think I would prefer this because this one does come with a about 3 different driver bits in this set right here, okay? So that's the driver bit system on these 2 tools. And then let's take a look at the implements on this side. So let's go ahead and open that. And then on this one, so on this end of the handle, we have a can opener with the wire stripper on both of these, okay? And then a flat screwdriver pry bar type of tool on that. And then we also have the scissors here as well on both. This one does have the added tool of a micro flat screwdriver right here. Okay. That's the main difference between the tools on this side of the handle. So, and both of these do come with sheaths as well. This one comes with this set of driver bit that can be used in here. So let's go ahead and close these up. Let me show you how these are closed. One of the other main difference is this is a spring assisted plier on this WORKPRO. So you get this recoil. No spring assisted here. On this one, on the shell, one of the main differences in the closed position that I like about this one versus this one is that this one, I think it's because of the spring assisted plier head here. When you close it and you push hard, it tends to open up the plier handles and it leaves a gap like that, okay? So that's one thing to note. The wiggle on this isn't too bad between the handles in the closed position. On this one, because it's not spring assisted, when you close it, it snaps into place and it stays in this position. So I do like that better. But there is a little bit more wiggle in the handles in this position if you move it like that. Okay, so here you have this gapping issue. Here you have more of a movement in the lateral motion like that. So those are the main differences between these 2 tools. And again, we have the WORKPRO here. That's out of the picture. Out of these 3 tools that are $25 and under, I would say this is the one that I would get. The tool sets between these 2 are pretty nice and they're pretty close and comparable, but I think that for $5 more, this one offers a little bit more. Things just feel a little bit more premium. I do like the color of this. I hate the gapping of this tool here. I did try to tighten the Torx head here, and when I did that, it did make it much harder to open up the pliers, and it prevented this from opening as much, but it just made it so it was uncomfortable to open the plier head like that. So this is kind of a compromise here, but we do end up with a gapping in the middle here. Out of the 3, the Shell Multitool is going to be your best bet. Again, this is not going to compare to a Leatherman Wave or a Free P4 or anything like that, but if we're talking about budget multi-tools, I think this is going to be your best bet. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. I will see you guys again in the next one.